I've been seeing some reports telling me that my comments on PlayStation's number of live service games are inaccurate. Now, the reason I'm pointing this video out is because I'm opening up the floor for somebody to basically tell me how these live service games that PlayStation already signaled, about 12 of them, how they're not coming anymore. When PlayStation never said they're not coming anymore, they said they're just pushing them back by a longer margin. Polygon reports the article. Other outlets are reporting the exact same thing. So instead of the 12s, here it is. There's this IGN article here that says PlayStation, well, let me see. Sony commits to launch just 6 of PlayStation's 12 live service games by March 2026. Polygon says Sony's plan for 12 live service games, PlayStation games, by 2026 just cut in half. When you read the article, it will tell you, shortly after Sony acquired Bungie, the PlayStation maker announced an ambitious plan to launch more than 10 live service games by the end of Sony's fiscal 2025 fiscal year. A year later, that plan has become slightly more clear. Sony wanted 12 live service games on PlayStation by then. According to an update from President, COO, and CFO Hiroki Totoki, the company now plans to have just 6 online multiplayer games released by Sony's 2025 fiscal year and will end March 31st, 2026. The rest will come later. This is, I don't see anywhere where they're saying that they're not going to make these games. Yo, they may have canceled factions or maybe pushed it to some other studio, whatever they did internally. They will sick these games on their community. Why? They don't have Call of Duty anymore. Everybody's got their live service bringer. Their competition has got its live service bringer. And it's got partnerships everywhere with different variations of live service games that are raking in money all day, all night. Xbox has got a ton of them. They're small, tiny little ones. I made a list for y'all the other day. Do you guys want to see the list? Let's go back and review because it seems like a lot of people are forgetting. The list includes Halo. The list includes a game like State of Decay. The list includes Overwatch, Forza, Sea of Thieves, Age of Empires, Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76, Call of Duty, Diablo. Yet they are just sitting on nothing. Nothing part 1, nothing part 2, nothing part 3. And then when they decided they were going to add live service to Ghost of Tsushima, they decided to bring it a year later, which is not usually conducive for being able to pull a fan base into a live service offering. So PlayStation is behind. You can't expect them to just bring out they bring out Concord for 1 week, they shut it down and run away. Just a very poor move, to be very honest. I really do think they could have revived that game. They could have put it on their subscription service like everybody's been saying, and then start to put it in there as like a free to play and then pull people in, which I think they're still going to do. I think they're just letting the dust settle. They're going to rebrand that game and they're going to push it out again. Just watch. I mean, there's a $200 million fully fledged playable game. They're just going to disappear. Nah, they're going to do something really mad and wild, like bring it to Xbox or something that's going to basically just distract from all of the problems. You just watch and see. I don't think PlayStation is throwing Concord away, or they may throw it away. I doubt it, but I think something interesting is going to happen with it. So if you're looking at this conversation and you're wondering, what live service, where are these live service games? Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming. I saw this comment on my channel. Shout out to you, Leon. 45 cent, or I think that's how you say it. Leon for whatever. I can't remember how you say it. And they said it's not 10 live service games in the pipeline. The original Jimmy's 10 were Destruction All-Stars, Helldivers, Faction, Spider-Man Multiplayer, which is dead, Twisted Metal, which is dead, Concord, which is dead, Fair Games incoming, Horizon Monster Hunter, which is incoming, and there's only 2 more unannounced multiplayer games left. No. If you read the Polygon article, the rest will come later, after March 2026. Because their fiscal year ends in 2026. These games are coming. You see, this whole 12 live service game thing was not just born out of them just wanting to throw 12 live service games. They were already comfortable. They were already enjoying themselves. However, there was a small curveball that got thrown their way. That small unforeseen market kink was when Activision Blizzard demanded special treatment to keep Call of Duty on Xbox. And then Uncle Phil went to Uncle Matt, went to Uncle Satya, and then they were like, this is not going to stand. And they bought him. Boom. I mean, it was very obvious that PlayStation could not take this kind of hit. I cannot remember how many PlayStation fans I saw just delude themselves into mental gymnastics world while Jim Ryan, his actions were showing actions of a panicked company, flying all over the world, talking to regulators, even though he knew it was not going to be an exclusivity play and just vibrating all over the earth that Call of Duty was going to Xbox. See, this is not how business works. PlayStation needs a financial source. They need an income stream that is not dependent on Call of Duty. If they don't get a live service now, they're going to try to get it in the next run. Then in the next run, they're going to try more. Because some live services are doing well. They're just being PlayStation. That's why they couldn't get Helldivers to stick. They could have gotten Helldivers to be like 1 out of 12. That's a success. But they decided that they were going to go PlayStation on everybody. Because, Helldivers is the one game that's free from PSN. Where I really think they're going to struggle is just the lack of availability of their live service games. That's what's gonna really get them. Because they built their entire, persona on just exclusivity. But in reality, for today's live service market, it's even much difficult to actually do it than single player games. They can launch single player, titles that allow for them to be able to still make good numbers in terms of sales. But live service without other ecosystems like Xbox and thinking PC is going to be the only place you're going to put your games on while your competition is already putting their live service games on your platform, and then not, bending to the PC players' demands. That's going to cost you a lot of money. A lot of money. I just don't think they're ready. I think they're learning. I think these first few games were just there to kind of get a taste of what the market is. They're going to write it off. They're going to be fine. I know some people are saying, they're going to put it in. This is going to Uncle Sam, discount. That's what this is going to be. Concord is, if they never bring it out again, it's going to, they have accountants and they have lawyers and they have people that are very, very smart in ensuring that they save a lot of money. It won't feel like anything in the grand scheme of things. But don't get it twisted though. PlayStation has seen the data. They saw the data of how much Genshin Impact microtransactions passed through their hands. They've seen the data of how much Call of Duty microtransactions have passed through their hands. And they're like, man, we need to be able to get a 100% cut on something like this. So it's coming. I just wanted to make this video to clarify that, because I keep seeing a lot of these comments everywhere. Until we get an official statement saying that these things are canceled, then sure. But let's not go forge, cancellations out of nowhere, thinking that, this is this is something that that PlayStation is going to basically back out of. They're not. All of their, other publisher competitors have a very strong resource. And I think what they need is they need something like, I'll say it in the next video. I'm not going to give it out for free here. Thanks for watching. Peace out.